Hello everybody, my name is Dylan Scott Gilligan. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. If you're wondering what you should be commenting, even though we just started, I would like to know your opinion on the movie we'll be talking about today, After She Wakes. This movie came out in 2019. It is an hour and 18 minutes. Although, I'm not going to lie, I kept checking the time. I'm like, how long is this? Because, not necessarily because it was bad, but because I was getting anxious and I was like, I need answers. And there's no Wikipedia on this movie, so if you're like me and you get anxious and look at the Wikipedia, it's not there. But After She Wakes, yes, on Paramount Plus, streaming right now. I'm going to read you the description really quick. After a horrific tragedy, an isolated mother and daughter dealing with grief develop terrifying sleep disruptions that manifest into a sinister reality. So that is kind of, that's what I went into knowing about it. I wanted to find some movies on Paramount Plus because they have a lot of big hitters, like the Scream franchise is on there right now. Friday the 13th Part 2 I think is on there right now as well. I'm sorry if I'm not focusing. Am I focusing? I think as much as this camera can. I wanted to find one I hadn't seen yet, but I didn't know which one to pick, so I looked up lists online. After She Wakes? Yes, After She Wakes was there at like the bottom of their list. I didn't read any descriptions or why. Oh, sorry, there's a dog barking somewhere. But I clicked on it and I started watching it. It's it's actually a really good movie. It deals with grief. Obviously, like you hear in the opening, there's going to be some spoilers here too, just so you know, in case you want to go watch it. But the whole getting woken up in their sleep, the mom doesn't know if she's really seeing somebody or she's not. She sees videos of this man on the girl's phone that she's recording. So, or not even a man, just like a voice you hear, and the little girl wears this weird mask. It's strange. It's very, very strange. And you think it's going to come to a boiling point and really have a big payoff. That's the problem with this film. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It has like a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb, but I think besides the reasoning to everything and the ending, this movie actually has a lot of potential because it's super creepy. And we'll talk about how I think maybe I would have liked it to end better. But basically in the end, you find out that the dad, so they unfortunately lost one of their children in a car accident, and we really don't find out more about what happened before that too. It's alluded that the man might have been cheating on the wife, but she falls asleep a lot, I guess. She takes these pills. I don't know. It never really explained, and I'm one of those people that need everything explained to me. But he ends up doing all this, right? He hired some dude to come and like kidnap his kid, which we don't know where that was going either. I don't know if he was just trying to get her away from the mother or what, because I think he was going to try to hurt the mom because he blamed her for losing one of his kids, especially his little boy. Like, he wanted a boy, and unfortunately they lost their little boy in the car accident, but the girl survived. So it was him the whole time, right? She ends up basically winning in this situation. Both the men are just done, and then she has her kid who is walking into a tree over and over again. This seems like there's some supernatural elements that are always present. They're always present, but nothing is ever addressed. You never figure it out. And then she wakes up the next day, and her husband, the dude that was trying to kill her the night before, wakes up next to her. So you don't know what happened. Was it all a dream? Was it all fake? Was it a premonition? Is it going to happen in the future? You don't know. And it just leaves you like that. It's like, and that is, some movies do that, but it was too much to like just do that with. Are you kidding me? But I'll let you know. So the reason I gave it a 6 out of 10 is because I think the buildup is pretty well done, especially for it didn't look like it had a big budget. I thought the acting was really good, but there was just a lot of things going on that were never answered. Like, was there cheating? The little girl goes over to the husband's house a couple times and says that he has a friend over there that like braided her hair. She also has a friend that is helping her through like the coping process, and we see her like a couple times, but that's it. I wanted more stuff to come out of the woodwork, what really happened. And then when you hear this like voice talking to the girl in some of the video clips on the cell phone, they're saying like you need to like kill her and stuff, you need to get rid of her, and then the girl's like it's not her fault and all this stuff. So I was thinking, this is what I was thinking. If I was writing this film, and this is probably really cliche, but I love cliche endings, okay? So if it was me, I would have it was the mom actually as like this figure who was wearing a mask as well, similar to the little girl's mask. And she was the one subconsciously saying these things to the girl, and she wasn't necessarily saying to end the mother, she was saying to end the girlfriend or whoever was with the dad. Because, you know, it's her fault or whatever, you know, because it seemed like she blamed his cheating or the lady cheating. It was very sudden at the funeral or whatever for what happened. So I would go that route, and then you find out it was the mom the whole time who was like this figure. It was just like a different part of her that she didn't know. And then that in turn, you know, starts all this drama. There's supernatural stuff happening maybe in the house, or I don't even know. See, I can't even finish the film at this point. There was so much that it just didn't pay off to have it where this guy was just watching them every night and he was real. And he was just hired by the husband. You know, they didn't have any connection or anything like that. It was for money or something. I don't know. That just didn't work for me. So bad ending, but the lead up could have went so many different ways. But like I said, I can't finish the story, but I think it would have been cool if the mom was actually the one telling the girl to do that stuff. Because the girl gets more distant from her mom as well, which makes sense. If the man was breaking in and telling the girl, like, your mom's a bad mom, all this stuff about, you know, she's the reason your brother passed away, that makes sense. But it would also make sense if her mom was, like, in her room all the time telling her this stuff, and then that's why she's getting more distant and stuff like that. Also, there's videos that are just randomly sent of this woman sleeping in the shower to her Facebook page or something, a profile page. So it's just a lot. It's a lot of unanswered questions. And then on top of that, you know, if you're like, oh, well, it was all the husband, you know, he hired somebody to do this. I don't know why I have this pen. I'm sorry. Well, then why? Explain to me how she's waking up and no, her husband is in her bed. That doesn't make even more sense because at the beginning of the film, he was not in the house. And yet now he's waking up next to her. So I don't know if it was supposed to be like a premonition of things to come. Somebody I think online said that it might be that that's the hell she's living in because she did perish in the accident. That makes sense. That does make sense to me. So leave your theories in the comments. I would love to hear them. Like, subscribe, tap that notification bell, share if you would like to. And I will see you next time for some more horror related content on Saturdays. I'm sorry my camera keeps unfocusing. I'll see you next time. Bye.